keeping my mind right mentally. I think if I keep myself mentally straight, I'll be good physically.
I think we can all agree that that's a great mindset, especially for Britton Wilson herself. As she said, "Many of you know this year has been full of many ups for me, but that also came with lots of downs." While we are all aware that one's life, including that of athletes, comes with a fair share of highs and lows, and Britton Wilson is not an exemption to that. Still, she experienced a lot of things this season that are worth noting. By mid-season, the University of Arkansas standout had world-leading times in both the 400-meter and 400-meter hurdles after helping Team USA to gold in the 4x400-meter relay at Worlds last year. It was in mid-May when Wilson broke the NCAA record in the women's 400-meter with a 49.13. What's surprising about her record-shattering win at the SEC Championships is the fact that the 400-meter is not even her marquee event. Instead, it was the 400-meter hurdles, where Wilson was 5th at the 2022 World Athletics Championships in Eugene. "I always knew that I wanted to make it to this point," Wilson told the Arkansas Athletics podcast about her rise to the world level. "I knew that I could be one of the best, but I want to make a career out of this. And I not only want to be a pro, I want to be the best. I feel like that's where I'm supposed to be." So, how does she train her mind for this goal? Well, Britton Wilson regularly updates a vision board in her apartment living room. As of June, there were 2 numbers on it among a collage of pictures, 48 and 52. The 48 is for the 400-meter, which stands for Wilson's short-term goal of becoming the 3rd U.S. woman to break 49 seconds in the one-lap event after Olympic gold medalists Sonia Richards-Ross and Valerie Briscoe-Hooks. The 52, on the other hand, is for the 400-meter hurdles. She wants to become the 10th U.S. woman to break 53 seconds in that event. And truth be told, these goals are not too far-fetched. At least for Wilson, especially since she has already run 49.13 in the flat 400-meter and 53.08 in the 400-meter hurdles, and is the only woman to rank among the 25 fastest in history in both events. As of May, she is the 4th fastest American all-time in the flat 400-meter, passing Allison Felix. "I wanted to see how much I can challenge myself and how far I can push myself," said Wilson. However, in June, Britton Wilson came up short in her attempt at a bold double at the NCAA Track and Field Championships. She had hoped for victories in the 400 meters and the 400-meter hurdles, only 25 minutes apart. Wilson finished 2nd in her first event, the 400, and then crossed the line 7th in the 400 hurdles. Still, Wilson has been so dominant on the track this season as she lowered the collegiate record in the 400 meters 3 times and won the 400-meter hurdles by huge margins. So, after failing to win at both events at the NCAA Championships, Britton has this to say: "It stings, it hurts a little, but I'm glad I just got out there and tried my best. Sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you planned. I gave what I could." There's no question that she did. It's just that it was just a lot, physical pain and mental pain, Wilson said. So just trying to stay composed and go out there and try. She also explained that ongoing issues with her left shin have affected her these previous weeks, and that she dealt with stress reactions in both shins earlier this year. In light of this, her succeeding race wasn't any better, if not worse. In fact, at the World Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary, former University of Arkansas NCAA champion Britton Wilson was helped off the track in a wheelchair. There, Wilson collapsed at the finish line and took 8th in her heat in 53.87 seconds. Notably, it wasn't reported what caused Wilson to collapse. What's known as the fact that she had hoped for a potential gold medal. However, something appeared to be wrong in the home stretch. Wilson finished with a time of 53.87 seconds, a mark almost 5 seconds slower than her record of 49.13 seconds that she had set at the SEC Championships in the 2022-23 season with the Razorbacks.
When I'm on the line, all I'm thinking is just execute, execute, execute. Like, we work so hard at practice just for this one race, so I need to execute now.
As earlier mentioned, although it was not disclosed as to what caused the collapse, heat had been an issue throughout the week. In fact, earlier in the day, Stephen Gardiner from the Bahamas had the same issue as he was also wheeled away from the track after his 400-meter run. On that note, Britton Wilson, an American track and field rising star, recently discussed the emotional impact of coping with injuries. Wilson's career has had its share of ups and downs, placing her under significant stress, particularly when she has had to confront injuries herself. She expressed her thoughts in an Instagram post. "Many of you know this year has been full of many ups for me, but that also came with lots of downs." While she empathizes with other injured athletes, her own experience brings a different set of emotions. "I often see other athletes getting injured and feel so sad for them and pray for them and wish them the best." She continued, "But when it was myself, all I did was blame myself and be angry and undermine how much pain I was in." Wilson explained that her battles are both physical and mental. She highlighted the difficulty of not extending the same grace to herself that she offers to others. "I was in pain. I never gave myself grace or applauded myself for how hard I was still working, even when things got hard," she acknowledged. Nevertheless, these challenges served as a learning experience for her. "And when things got too hard and I wasn't taking care of myself the way I should have been, I still learned from that experience," she stated. That said, Wilson emphasizes the importance of self-compassion and resilience, offering hope to other athletes struggling with injuries. "You will get through this. Be proud of yourself. Respect and protect your body and never forget that you are human," she concluded. In her journey, Wilson has not only demonstrated her athletic abilities, but also served as a symbol of resilience and wisdom. She has been especially inspiring for athletes contending with the varied challenges that come with injuries. And so, the Olympic Summer Games, Paris 2024, are the ultimate goal for now, too. I definitely want to be an Olympian," she said on the Hog Pod. "Go to the Olympics, that's definitely my goal." Glamour recently wrote an article about Wilson as one of the featured college women of the year. In an exclusive interview, Britton Wilson sat down with legendary Olympian Allison Felix, co-founder of Seiche, a lifestyle and shoe brand that champions women. When asked about what motivated her to pursue this challenging goal and how she overcame adversity, Wilson admitted that it definitely had its challenges, especially with all the doubts and noise from the outside. Still, she shared, "My coach and I had faith in my abilities, which really fueled my ambition. The fact that it's not something everyone in the sport attempts was a big motivator for me. My ambition simply came from wanting to take on a unique and challenging aspect of the sport. Achieving it has been a truly thrilling experience." Do you know who else has a deep love for the sport? Noah Lyles, that's who. Watch this to see for yourself.